Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pamela's Paper Passion. And I'm really happy that you're here and I hope you enjoy the video. Today we're going to make a single page layout and I've just pulled a kit and if you saw that carrot paper, I didn't pull it out for the carrots, I pulled it out for the backside, which is white. This is my granddaughter, Brynn, and she's wearing a doggy diaper because her mother forgot to bring her some diapers. So we took a doggy diaper and covered the tail hole with some duct tape. Very, very clever if you ask me. She has on was way too big for my dogs, so it fit her perfectly. And my dogs are extra, extra small. I mean, they only weigh 3 pounds, so their diapers would not fit her. But a friend of mine gave me some diapers, and they fit her perfectly. With a little duct tape, we fixed it all up. Now, what I'm doing is I'm squaring off my cardstock so the papers will fit on it correctly. And I'm going to tack it down to my Versamat. And I'm fixing this. Now I'm debating on whether or not I should go ahead and do a vertical layout or horizontal layout. I know I want my pictures there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my other scraps and see. I want to do some layering, but my scraps are too small. And I do not have any more of these type of scraps. Or even, these probably came from an 8x10. No, I'm sorry, not 8x10. It was 12 by 12, and I just used part of them, and this is what's left. So I'm going to use these to put behind my photos, and they're little bitty pieces. They're not big pieces, because I didn't have enough to make big pieces. So anyways, I'm just putting the little pieces behind there to make it look like it's layered. And it just works out perfectly. You see, I'm trying to figure out if I have enough of that pink to do it, and I sure didn't. So I'm going to have to cut or tear it also. And I figured since Brynn's diaper is kind of rigged, I would just go ahead and rig up the sides of the paper for the layering part of the layout. I had a lot of fun with this layout because I love using scraps. I love using my brain to try to think of how I can use my scraps and how to stretch papers when I don't have what I want. Because I would rather have had a big enough sheet of paper to put it all the way across on the back. But I didn't. So I did the best I could, and that was tearing these pieces into little bitty pieces and sticking them under there and gluing them. So I think as far as, you know, being able to layer, you can layer with anything, in any little piece, and just tuck and stick little pieces here and there, and it fools the eye into thinking that it's a larger piece than what it is. Because if you look at these are not large pieces of paper. They are little. They're very little. But they give me the effect that I was looking for, which is a layering effect without having to cut into a big sheet of paper, which I don't even think I have any of this, so I wouldn't be able to use this pink. I would have to go on the hunt for some more pink, which I would rather not do. When I get ready to make my scrapbook kits and I use scraps, that's what I want to be on my paper. If I have to go running all over my room to gather stuff because I didn't put the right stuff in my kit, well, that's kind of defeating the purpose of making a kit. So what I'm trying to do is make my kits to where everything I need is in my kit. I usually have a whole bunch left over, and what I do with all those leftovers is I dump them into a bigger tray, and when my bigger tray gets full, I clean up my room and I put all that stuff away, and I get started on a next project, which is probably going to be 12 by 12 page kits, maybe double page kits. I don't think I'm ready to start another book yet because it hasn't been that long since I finished this one, and I don't think I'm ready to start another one. That was a little tedious, but it sure was a lot of fun. So I'm finishing up these layering pieces, but look how tiny the pieces I'm using are. They are not large, but when you put them down, you get the effect that they go all the way across the paper. And I just love creating that illusion. Sorry, I had to get a drink. My voice was going dry. I think I've got one more to do. And then we are going to put those photos down and then start embellishing, which is my favorite part. However, I was going to say, I speeded this video up 2 times because it was super long. And because it took me a long time to do these little pieces of paper. I think when I do the embellishments, I'm going to slow it back down to where you could watch the embellishments being placed. So, I don't think I'm going to put it on, 2 times speed after I get through with the paper. But I didn't think you'd want to sit there and watch me cut paper and put these little bitty pieces behind my photos. So I speeded it up. I didn't want to get rid of it altogether because it's just a learning experience for me and for you to know that no matter what size of piece of paper, it could be used. Well, unless it's a dinky one, then probably not. But I use little pieces of paper to give the illusion that it's a little bit bigger than what it is. And I've been doing that for several years. I'm going to make a video of why I have been offline for so long, which has been about 2 months. I have had nothing but trouble. My phone went out in December. Had to go get a new one. And then I had to learn how to use my new one. And once all my photos downloaded, oh my gosh, I had over 5,500 photos. Well, it filled up my whole phone. I couldn't do anything with my phone. So I thought, okay, well, I also need to get a Mac. Maybe I could store my pictures onto my Mac, and that didn't work either because my Mac got full. Oh, and by the way, I just got the Mac in January. I got a MacBook Air, and so I have been trying to learn how to use that. And I also have been trying to learn to use my phone. And then once I excuse me, once I opened up and my iMovie, I tried to do something in my iMovie and it was full. So right now I am trying to put down this pink piece of paper, and I could tell you it's not going to go anywhere because I did not like the effect. It just really didn't match all that well, but if you could tell, I'm just trying to stick it somewhere. But I eventually don't even use it. So I'm putting down my vertical, and I'm fixing to put down my embellishments. I love those diapers. And they have little bones on the back of her diaper because they're doggy diapers. I think I'm about ready to embellish. So I'm going through my embellishments right now and trying to figure out what I want to do with my embellishments. And it takes me a few minutes to figure out what I want to do because I always strive to do a visual triangle. And I'm looking through these, and I noticed that I had 2 pink tags, but they were different color pink. And I also had a pineapple tag that didn't match anything either. And that piece that you're looking at is, it matches the diaper. And it's just duct tape. So what I did is I took a piece of 6x6 cover, and I put the duct tape on the cover, and I cut it into thirds, and then I took 1/3 and I cut it in half because I didn't need that big of a piece. I just wanted to add that color to my photos or my layout in order to bring that color in a little bit better. And then I find out I put that upside down, had to turn it around. And I'm going to put, now I've lost my other piece. So I'm digging, and I still haven't found it. And it is buried under all that stuff. So there's where I'm going to put the 2 pieces. And that in itself is creating a visual triangle too. And that X's and O's, it's got some gold bling on it, or gold foil on it. And I don't think I have any gold foil anywhere else. But I think that is going to be my title, the X's and the O's. And then I'm going to do some journaling about why is Brynn wearing a doggy diaper. And that I'm peeling off right now, it says, ta-da! And I love it because when we figured out what to do about Brynn's diaper, it was like a ta-da moment. And I thought that was so fitting. And in a minute, I'm going to start tacking this stuff down because it's just still free floating. And the unicorns that I fell in love with, and I thought I could use that purple one, I could not find a place to put it. So that there is a viewfinder, and I think it was Nicole 911 that made those. I think her son makes them, and she sells them on her Etsy shop. I will link that below. So if you want some of her embellishments, she's got an Etsy shop, and she does all kinds of embellishments The only thing that was discouraging about her embellishments is that you can't cut them with your Cricut. You have to fussy cut them. Which, what I did is I just took them downstairs and sat in front of the TV, and I just fussy cut. And then I stored all these pieces. Oh, look at that. That is a ATG holder. I saw it on somebody else's channel, and I just had to order one. And I will put a link in the description box of where you can find it. And if you use my link, it will help me a whole bunch. But instead of laying my ATG down and letting it get buried under everything, it has its own little home in that little black thing. It's wonderful. I love it. So I'm putting down the last of my papers. And I am fixing to go to town on embellishments. I decide to put that right there in the middle. And that love, that green love, I really wanted to use it, but it just didn't go with anything. It just, no matter what I tried it with, it didn't go with anything. So it did not make the page. And there's a lot of leftover embellishments. And I would rather have too many embellishments than not have enough. Because if I don't have enough, I'm left with, okay, what do I do now? Or jumping up out of my chair and running around my room trying to find something. And I just don't want to do that. When I'm scrapbooking, that's what I want to do. I want to scrapbook, and I want all my little stuff to be there. If I'm not using a sketch, I am just trying to figure out what I like and what should go where. And sometimes what I like, I pretty much move sometimes because I find something else I like better in another place. So I hope you're liking this video, and I am just sitting here playing with this stuff, and that little card there that I'm holding, I really, really want to put it on this layout. And I think it makes it to this layout. I'm not really sure. So I have to keep on watching and see what I do with it. I had decided to do a voiceover on this video and speed up the video by 2 times because it was an extra long video. And I didn't want to cut pieces out of it because I wanted you to see, or anybody to see, how I stretched my pieces of scraps to make it look like there's a piece of paper behind it, when in actuality there's not. And it's just a teeny tiny itty bitty scrap. So anyways, I have been working hard on learning to edit and learning my computer and learning my phone and learning YouTube all at the same time. And I guess mid-January, when I still was having trouble, I started having to walk away for a little while. And I even contemplating quitting. Oh, that was such a hard decision because I just felt like, maybe this isn't for me. And I kept sticking it out and kept trying to learn more and kept trying to learn more. And I watched a bunch of videos. And I subscribed to so many YouTube videos on scrapbooking, on how to put descriptions in the description box, how to use little scraps. And I noticed that a lot of people don't use this tiny of scraps, but that's how I like to scrap. So anyways, I have spent the last couple of months learning how to do this. Okay, see that little heart there? It's a paperclip heart. And I try to put it anywhere. And I put it somewhere and then I move it. And then I put it somewhere else and then I move it. I really want it to go on this page. But in the end, it does not make this page. And, you know, just messing with things, trying to find out where I want things. And I think that's just the fun of scrapbooking. You put something somewhere and then say, no, I don't like that. So then you end up putting something else there. And I'm going to use this little saying on that tag. So I get 2 of these tags down, but I don't think I get the 3rd one. And that pineapple tag is probably fixing to be covered up, or mostly covered up. Yep, here it goes. I'm putting it down, and then I'll be putting stuff over top of it. But that I like the layered look, and I like the creative look of where to put stuff to enhance the layout and enhance the photos. And this just cracked me up. The day that we did this, it just cracked me up. So I thought, man, I have got to scrapbook that. And those Uggs, they do not make it on there either. As much as I tried to put these things on there, see, I've got a bunch of flowers here with a little bit of green, which I don't have any green in the photo or in the layout. So that's why that did not make it on my layout. I'm putting some little dots. They're not enamel dots. They're like little shiny dots. Just little stickers. And I'm trying to use up some of the stuff that I have been just, I guess, hoarding. And I found it and I said, okay, that's got to be used. And I only used 3, 6, and 9 of them, I believe. And then I've got these little hearts that I absolutely love. I have 2 sets of pink ones and 1 set of purple. So I put the pink ones on the top and the bottom and put the purple in the middle. And I got the purple color from the duct tape. It all ties in together. Yeah, I don't want to leave my lid off of my glue again. I left it off and I came back and I had to take it all apart and stick it under hot water. That little phrase I just pulled off says, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, ta-da, ha ha ha. I think that is so cute. And that one that I'm putting down right now, it just says, you are loved. I believe that's what it says. It might say something else. When I show you the close-up, I'll be able to see it. I know it's going to make it on there because I've already got glue on the back. Well, maybe not. I don't remember. So Oh, this is a foil saying, so I really like that. That helps tie in some of that foil, that gold foil. And I love to scrap like this to where I could just put this and that wherever. And I enjoy using sketches and trying to make them my own. Sometimes I like to sketch so much that I just do the sketch, follow the sketch with, whatever papers I want. But most of the time, or a lot of the time, I use it as inspiration to create my own. And I don't know why that heart ends up coming back off, but I don't think it makes it on the page. And there, I'm going to put some twine in my my tags. A tag without twine is an incomplete tag in my books. You may like to put bling in there. I used to do that. I like to do that too, to cover up the hole. But this time I have my twine in my kit, so I'm going to use it. It looks like I'm having a little bit of a difficult time getting it to go through there. It's like I'm all thumbs today, and my fingers and thumbs aren't working together. Oh, here it goes. There we go. Now we got a finished tag. The one on top, the one on top, I don't know if I put string in that or not, or twine in that. I think I do, because I'm fixing to do it right now. Yeah, most of the time I don't put bling in it anymore, since I got some I guess it's embroidering floss, and I don't really need to use the bling now to fill the holes. I usually just use my twine or my embroidering floss or whatever it is that I have. Okay, I think I'm finished. I'll cut this off. Okay, there is the bottom and the sides. Okay, there's, ta-da! And there's little embellishment cluster. And I think this is about finished. And I want to thank you for joining me in my video. And also, please, if you would subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you'll hear when my channel, or when I upload something. And also, if you like this video, would you please press the like button? That would help me out tremendously. And because I really need to build my channel, and I am going to work very hard in getting videos up every day now that I've learned how to do it. And that, see, I'm still trying to find a place for that clip, and I really don't think it makes it on there. I know it doesn't. There, see, it's gone. So, anyways, thank you for joining me. And again, if you would please subscribe and hit the notification bell and hit the thumbs up, I would highly appreciate it. And thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video. Yes.